Hello students, welcome to today's experiment. Today we are going to perform a new experiment. The aim of this experiment is to find the attenuation coefficient and fiber loss of an optical fiber. So the apparatus required for this experiment will be helium neon laser or any other laser which is available in your laboratory. Optical fiber samples, if you have one sample, then we will have a different method of performing this experiment. If you have two samples of optical fiber of same quality and from same manufacturer but of different length, then we will have different another procedure for performing this experiment. Then we need to have a photo detector which can convert the intensity of the detected light into a corresponding voltage signal. Then we need a micro or millivolt meter depending upon the voltage signal that is produced by the photo cell or photo detector. Then we need fiber chucks to hold the optical fiber from both ends. We need stands. These stands will be fixed on a these stands will be on an optical bench, and we can move these stands conveniently on the optical bench. We also need a converging lens and the formula used. So suppose L is the length of the optical fiber and V1 is the power voltage generated from the optical signal by the photodetector at the input of the fiber. Similarly, V2 is the voltage generated by the optical power received by a photodetector at the output of fiber. Let alpha is fiber loss and alpha p is attenuation coefficient. Then the fiber loss alpha is given by 20 upon L log to the base 10 V1 upon V2, and alpha p, that is attenuation coefficient, it is given by this formula, that is alpha upon 4.34. Let me go to the next page. So this is the ray diagram. So laser will produce parallel beam of light, and this parallel beam of light it will be actually converged to a point with the help of a lens. And after this light is converged to a lens, it will we will put this light into an optical fiber. This light will travel through the optical fiber using total internal reflection, and eventually it will come out of the optical fiber, and where it will be detected by a photo detector. The photo detector will generate a voltage signal, and that voltage signal will be measured using this microvolt meter or millivolt meter. And we should remember that these although I have shown these stands to be fixed, but actually these stands are movable. These are actually on an optical bench. That optical bench I have not shown in the diagram. So the photo detector will be fixed here for measuring output voltage V2, and same photo detector can be fixed here for measuring the input voltage V1. So let us now discuss a brief theory that how these expressions were obtained. So kindly remember that this is a single piece of fiber. There are many losses that are taking place in the fiber in a continuous manner. So continuous losses in the optical fiber are many. I can just write some of these. So continuous losses are number one. So I am discussing with you brief theory. So one of the continuous loss is material loss. Material loss. Then another way is that is called absorption loss. This is also a continuous loss. Then we have scattering losses. Scattering losses. Then there are very small bends within the fiber. These are called micro bends, and there may be bends that we put in the fiber while taking it from one place to another. These are called bend macro bends, and the loss due to all both kind of these bends is called bending loss. Then there is a loss due to leaky modes. Loss due to leaky modes. Then there can be radiation induced loss, but it is not present at all places. So I will not write it here, but it is there. Then out of these, in addition to these continuous losses, if we are using, let us say, some joints between the different fibers to elongate the length of the optical fiber, then there are discrete losses or discontinuous losses also. We are not evaluating these because I will just concentrate over a single piece of optical fiber. So discrete losses are the losses at the joint. So these are mode coupling loss. So mode coupling loss is one of the important discrete loss at the optical fiber. So let me tell you that if because of because of continuous losses, the power of optical power, let us say it is p0 here. So when it travels a, let us say, let me draw a small figure, let us say, so the power, let us say here is p0, and due to these continuous losses, if the fiber has if the light has traveled some distance x in the fiber, then at this place the power will be, let us say, P, and at a further distance dx away from the input of the fiber, the power will be P plus dP. So the power at this point will be P plus dP. But please remember that since power is being lost as the light enters more and more deep into the fiber, so please remember P plus dP will be actually smaller than P, or you can say dP will be negative. So therefore this loss of power dP minus dP, rather, this is the loss of power. It will be directly proportional to the power present at this place, which is actually P, and it will be directly proportional to the distance that has been traveled. This is actually dx. So if we combine both of these, then you get dp is proportional to minus dp is proportional to p dx, or you can say dp minus dp is equal to alpha p dx, and this is called alpha p is called attenuation coefficient. So obviously its unit will be, you can see that alpha p is sorry, let me erase this. So you can see that alpha p will be equal to minus of it will be minus 1 upon uh, mm, so if I convert this proportionality into equality, you will get minus dp is equal to alpha p and dx. Here alpha p is constant of proportionality and it is called attenuation coefficient. We can also write it like this: dp upon p is equal to minus alpha p dx. If we integrate it from x equal to, here you can see the value of x is 0, here the value of x is x. If we integrate this equation, then your answer will be sorry, let me erase this. So if we integrate this equation dp by p, here the power was p0 and here the power is p, it will be equal to minus alpha p, and dx it will be from 0 to x. So this will become log of p upon p0 equal to minus alpha p x. So therefore you can say that or if I invert, it will become log of p0 by p will be equal to alpha p, and x in general, for in general, if in general, if length of fiber is capital L, then this equation becomes log of P0 by P is equal to alpha P and L. Let me add a new page, or this equation will become uh, log of P0 by P is actually alpha P and L. So we can write alpha P equal to 1 by L log of P0 upon P. So this is, let us say, equation number 1, and please see that unit of alpha p, this is the attenuation coefficient. Unit of alpha p is because fibers that we use are usually kilometers or meters in length, so we do not use the simple unit centimeter inverse or millimeter inverse. Either we use meter inverse or we use kilometer inverse. But if we multiply both sides by 10 and divide this by 2.303, then this will become 1.2.303, and it will be 10 here. Then this is 1 by L log of P0 by P. Now this quantity is called fiber loss. We call it to be alpha. Now you can, if you solve this factor 10 divided by 2.303, it will become 4.34. So, and this whole of this factor, let me change in color. This whole factor, which is I am just encircling right now, this is called alpha, that is fiber loss. So alpha, that is equal to actually 4.34 alpha p, is actually 10 upon 2.303 into 10, it will be 2.303 by L log to the base 10 P0 upon P. Here you can see this is natural log and this is log to the base 10, and I have converted this natural log into log to the base 10, so that 2.303 will get cancelled and fiber loss will be, therefore alpha will be equal to 10 upon L log to the base 10 P0 upon P. So these are the two equations, and now but practically it is difficult to measure optical power directly. Practically P0 and P are difficult to be measured directly, and we will therefore use indirect method. Suppose I use a photocell. Let us say I use a photocell. Let us say it has efficiency of the photocell is let us say beta. So I am using same photocell at the input and output. So when let us say this is the photocell, PC stands for photocell. So suppose the input power is P0 here, and corresponding electric power. Please remember, this is optical power because photocell converts optical energy into electrical energy. So this will receive optical power P0 and it will convert it into P0 dash. This is now electrical energy, and the relation between these two will be beta will be equal to P0 dash upon P0. And if I use the same photocell, let us say this photocell is PC, and I use same photocell at the output. So since the output power is P, and after passing through photocell, the corresponding electrical power generated is, let us say, P dash, then beta will be equal to P dash upon beta will be equal to P dash upon P. So we can see that because the same photocell is used, both has the input and output. Therefore, you can see that P0 dash upon P0 is equal to P dash upon P. This will give me that P0 upon P is equal to actually P 0 dash upon P dash. So this will be very helpful. The left hand side is the ratio of input and output optical power, and right hand side is the ratio of input and output electrical power. But electrical power is easy to measure. Suppose at the input, if you see this diagram, let me show you the diagram. So corresponding to voltage input power P0, the voltage signal was V1. So obviously I have converted this power into P0 dash. So therefore P0 dash will be related to V1, and the formula for electrical power, we already know this is very simple formula, that P0 dash will be equal to V1 square upon R, where R is the resistance of the circuit. Since we have used same photocell with the same circuitry at the output, therefore P dash, if you see this diagram, this here the output power is P, that was electrical power, and corresponding sorry, that this was optical power, and corresponding electrical power was P dash, and from P dash the voltage generated is actually V2. So therefore actually this V2 will be related to P dash according to the following relation. P dash will be equal to V2 square upon R, and we can therefore put these values here, and this will become if we put, let us say this is equation number 3, put these values in 3, put in 3, let us see what shall we get. Let me change the color again, let it be black. So therefore I will get P0 upon P, that will be equal to P0 dash upon P dash. This will be equal to actually V1 square upon R. It will be V1 square upon R. This is V1 actually, multiplied by R upon V2 square, and R will get cancelled. That will be simply equal to V1 upon V2 whole square. So this we can put this answer we can put in this equation, which is the equation number 2. Let us write therefore the formula for alpha. So therefore the formula for alpha, it will become, alpha will be 10 upon L log to the base 10 V1 upon V2 whole square. This 2 will come here. We know that log m raised to power n is equal to n log m. Therefore, this formula will become alpha is equal to 20 upon L log to the base 10 V1 upon V2. So this is how we will we have converted an expression in which was if I show you previous page, this expression was in terms of optical power, and we have converted this expression into sorry, let me show. This was the expression. This expression was in terms of optical power, and we have converted this expression into a new expression which is in terms of voltage generated. So it is very easy to use this formula for measuring the fiber loss. Once the fiber loss is measured, you calculated, we will measure L using scale. We will measure V1 and V2 using microvoltmeter or millivoltmeter. Then alpha will be found. And if alpha is found, then alpha P can be easily found by using this formula. It will be alpha upon 4.34. Kindly remember, unit of alpha P is meter inverse or kilometer inverse, but unit of alpha is actually decibel per kilometer. So please remember these things. So now what we will be doing, we will take a photocell and arrange the apparatus as per this diagram. Then we will take the photocell, we will connect it with the multimeter. After that we will measure the voltage at the input, then we will measure the voltage at the output, and once these are measured, then you will put these values here. L will be measurable with the help of scale directly. This will directly give us the fiber loss in 1 kilometer of the fiber. Let us now do the experiment in the laboratory, and then come back here again to make the final observations and get the result about fiber loss of a given optical fiber. Thank you.